Good evening and welcome to today's show on Youth County Projects Kenya, where we highlight amazing youth doing incredible work here in Kenya. So today I'm joined by Harun Mwadena, who's going now to tell us more about his social entrepreneurship journey and the sustainable development goals that he has been engaged in. And he is an incredible gentleman who I've interacted with him even in the regional level. And I'm happy that he's on this studio so that he can share with us more about him and the work that he does. So welcome to the studio, Harun. Hi, Harun. Welcome to the studio.
Hi, Dr. Violet. Thank you so much for the invitation and thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right. So Harun has an issue with his webcam. That's why you are not able to see him. But nevertheless, we are going to continue with the show. So Harun, kindly introduce yourself to the viewers so that they can get to learn more about you, your social entrepreneurship journey, and even the sustainable development goals that you are engaging.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Violet Mbiti, for the invitation to this call. I highly appreciate. For those who don't know me, I'm Harun Mwadena from Kilifi County. Yeah, so today I'll just sharing my personal journey as a way to help others to learn from the best experience, to learn from my mistake I made so far, and also to get some best tools you can use either to start your social enterprise or to come up with your own company, business, or even project to address within the community. So to introduce myself fully, I'm Harun Mwadena. I'm from Kamberibe ward of Kilifi County of Kenya. Kilifi County is known as one of the most marginalized county in Kenya, as you all know. I'm a youth activist. That's where most of my work lies, and also I'm a sustainable development champion. Most of my work I used to champion a lot to create awareness about sustainable development goals, but currently I decided to focus within some specific goals. Apart from all these, I'm an philanthropist. I love giving back to the community because if you're proud of me, it's because someone invested in me. That's why I'm here today. And now I decided to pay it forward and give support to those who need support a lot. Yeah, so just to start and to share my personal story. Actually, I remember like around 10, 15 years ago, while I was in primary school, I used to be so interested to join some leadership position, but during my time, leadership position at a primary school were only available to the best performing students. And from my side, it's not that I was not a performing student, but where I'm coming from, my background was so tough in a way whereby I had to find ways also to get my personal needs. I had to find ways also to bring food on table, you see, and also I had to find ways to help my parents in one way or another. Now, because of consuming a lot of time figuring out all these issues, I ended up not not utilizing my time well in my studies. So something which affected me in a negative way, but I'm not regretting about it. And that's why today I'm here talking with you guys. So also in secondary school, I can remember young people who are not that really involved in some decision making tables. They're not really that engaged in solving some key issues affecting students. So from my side, one of the superpower, I'm that person I'm so keen in identify some tangible ideas. So I asked myself, why not address these issues instead of always complaining? Why not be part of the solution always? So I remember my first engagement, by the way, while I was in high school. For the first time, I was elected as a cabinet secretary of clubs and entertainment. I remember I was a Form 2 student. That time, I was like, let me give this thing a trial, because the whole of my primary school I've been craving for leadership position, and now here there is opportunity whereby they don't look at anything concerning your academics, all those issues. I was like, let me give it a trial. And I was surprised that time I was competing with some Form 3, some Form 4, and then from nowhere, I was elected as a cabinet secretary. And that's where now I started to believe on myself. It was not an easy journey, man. Being a student leader for clubs and entertainment at the national school. And remember, I'm just a Form 2, Term 1 from the grassroots level. That means you don't have that enough exposure. Now you're competing with students who have been staying in urban areas for more than 10 years plus. You see, so that thing really inspired me, and I was like, oh, I can do well within these leadership positions. So within my leadership position, and my main aim for vying for that position is that during that time within my high school, students used to sneak out of school because we didn't have enough, we didn't have enough these kind of entertainment facilities. So my aim was to address that gap. That's why I vied for that position. So teachers were like, "Whoa, wow! Finally, there's someone wants to solve these issues," and students were like, "Oh, this guy will really help us." You see, so what I'm trying to say here is that it all starts by identifying a problem. What problem inspires you a lot? And this problem, don't think big, just think a problem for your personal experience. Like for me, I observed there was this problem of students sneaking out of school, and my solution was to vie for that position, sit with with key decision makers, that's staffs and students, and find ways how we can end this issue of sneaking and striking out of school. And I don't know, but that thing till now, I'm like, what happened? What happened? What happened? But I thank God that I managed through. I remember I vied for that position for 3 good years. Teachers were like, "No, we won't give anyone this position until you finish high school." So I managed that position for 3 good years from 2. But now let's come to a really life situation. Some of you might ask, why did you choose to be a youth activist? Why did you decide to join the social entrepreneurship sector, not the business sector? Why did you decide to be a youth leader, selfless leader? Why are you volunteering a lot of time, giving your fellow youth leaders opportunities, sharing all these things? Why are you doing all this? Well, to answer this question, after my high school, uh, I'm proudly saying this because it's something which affected me. I was denied some bursary opportunity at my ward level. For those who don't know how Kenya operates, well, actually every financial year we have award award bursary fund within our county, whereby bright students are being given bursary to go for college, university. So for my side, one, I was choose to join the hospitality course, which was not in line with my passion. So I hate to drop that cause. And if you drop that call and that cause under COOPS, you need to join as a private student. You see, so I was fully depending on bursary to kickstart my studies, but I was denied those opportunities. And because they denied me those opportunities, later on I was like, no, why should I be denied these opportunities? And these are my own taxes. My parents are paying taxes. I'm also paying taxes. Why? So that's why. That's where I was like, okay, what's about I develop a kind of a forum whereby we will bring together young people within my community, parents, religious leader, you see, and that's where I had to form something called Kamberibe Lamukani Youth Forum. Lamukani, it's a Mijikenda name, means I'm Kenny. So my aim was to create platforms whereby I bring together youth leaders to raise their voices of what they're undergoing all these kind of inequalities within our community, develop some advocacy message and engage with these political leaders like, no, this is our right. We demand for these services. Why are you not giving us bursary and we are from this community? You see, we demand answers. And it's because of that, most people observe those efforts because from my side, I usually use my Facebook as my platform to raise my voice. That time I was just a broke guy. You see, I remember those days I couldn't even afford 30 bob to buy to buy soda. I remember I used to walk some kilometers just to attend these forums. But deep inside, I had my main goal. That my goal is to raise the voice of the voiceless from my community. My goal is to shame these stupid things happening within my community. And also my goal was to show the world that we are the most marginalized county. I'm from the most minority tribe within the Mijikenda. You see, we are the most minority, but still we expressing all these issues. And it's not because we don't have resources. We have resources, but the way these resources are being managed, it's kind of a question mark. You see, so through Cameribelam Can Youth Forum, and with what I've been doing and the way I've been using my social media handles, I was lucky enough to be selected and to be nominated in different programs. I remember I was alumni of a Digital Opportunity Trust, Kenya. So the good thing about Kenya, they gave me a lot of tools. They gave me a lot of informal tools to kind of design my organization in a strategic way whereby we can trap a lot of opportunities from within the community and from outside the community. I remember I was part of one of the regional program under Arigato International. They were equipping us with tools. They're providing us with platform to amplify our voices and also with resources to kickstart our ventures, our ideas. So now that's where I realized that I'm not alone in this world. I remember I operated for 2, 3 good years without external funds. I mean, 3 good years with no grants, just depending from friends, parents, relatives, and also doing a kind of a crowdfunding within my social media accounts. See, so the way I use my social media accounts and myself online, and the way I used to be vocal, it attracted a lot of partners. and also it provided me with some visibility. And I remember 2019 was one of my, I can say, my best year, whereby I was selected to join Yali Young Africa Leadership Initiative, called 30. Now, from Yali, that's where I was exposed to other activists across East Africa. I was like, oh my God, I'm not alone in this journey. All these are youth leaders within the civic sector. I was challenged and I was like, I'm doing nothing in this world. Imagine I have operated for 3, 4 years, but I was like, I'm doing nothing in this world. Now that's why now I hate to learn from my peers. What are they doing? Some best practices, some key lesson, some challenges. And I realized that as youth leaders, we experience same challenges. We only need three things: tools, platforms, and resources. Now, Yali was providing us with effective tools through those trainings, and also platform by engaging with these other leaders. So from Yali, by having that wide network, it actually shows me that, hey, Aaron, you know what? You cannot do these things alone. You need to collaborate with local stakeholders. You need to activate other youth leaders because you won't be in this world forever. And Harun, also, you need to pass your knowledge, skills to others, mentor others, so that in case you want to be in that community, someone can pick it up from there. And then I also remember someone, I don't, I, I remember there was a time. Sorry, this thing I think I'm forgetting what's happened, but that time at Yali, it was one of my best moments ever. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to sharing some practical tips with whoever listening this conversation, that this world is on demand of problem solvers. This world is not on demand of papers. We have enough papers, we have enough degrees, we have enough masters. But the question is, do we have enough problem solvers? So how can you be a problem solver? The first step is first to understand your life purpose. What's your purpose in this world? I remember kuna siku nilijita kimkutano and I asked myself this question, like, what's my purpose in this world? Like, why did God send me to this? Because I believe from my personal level, every human being is in this world for a certain purpose, certain mission. And once you accomplish that mission, purpose, you'll be out of this world. So what's your purpose in this world? I I remember I spent more than 6 good months after the yearly program asking myself this question, and that's where I realized that my purpose to this world is to serve humanity. Uh, Dr. Valenti, you will agree with me that majority of young people, it's not that they're idle. No, they're not idle. Majority are struggling to understand their life purpose. And you agree with me that the toughest part of this life is to understand your vision and your purpose. Why are you in this world? You see? So after I realized that my life purpose is to serve humanity, I say, now let me focus serving humanity. Now, you have understood your life purpose, the next step is to understand your life journey and see which struggles did you face from childhood till now. Once you identify these struggles, now it will be so easy for you to identify the focus area, the problem now. So from my side, I was like, I'm from the most marginalized community. Despite being the most marginalized community, still we are not being given opportunities to raise our voices. So I was like, I won't wait for Dr. Violent Baby to come and give me opportunities. I say that I will create my own opportunities for my fellow young people. And because of that, I had to shift from the grassroots level to the regional level during COVID-19. As you all remember that during COVID-19, there was these issues of lockdown, the restriction of movements, closure of schools. So I was like, now all these schools have been closed. We cannot move from one county to another. What should I do? You see, that's why I had an idea of mobilizing COVID-19 champion across East Africa and give them platform, space to engage with experts, to be impacted with tools, to be impacted, to be given platform to amplify their own voices. And that's where we formed something called East Africa Youth Consultation Forum. So the
Oh, so
idea,
yeah.
sorry?
So you're the founder.
Okay, I don't like using the word founder because I feel like it's a very big word and I'm still a young person. So I love using the word program manager, project manager, something like that. Yeah. So the idea behind the East Africa Youth Consultation Forum was that first mobilize young people across youth, not only young people, but youth leaders, youth activists across East Africa community. That time I remember we were targeting around 40 youth leaders who were doing amazing work to curb COVID-19 within their own community. Another goal was to bring together experts from different communities at a national or regional level to come and impact these youth leaders with knowledge in how they can refine their own story, they can tell their own story, their own impact at a regional level, and build a kind of the regional movement of youth leaders across South Africa. So I remember something we had from my side. It was my very first time to do that kind of original engagement. Imagine someone from grassroots level straight to the regional level, they think to do something for youth leaders across different countries. I was like, hey, Harun, you're over ambitious, Buana. Relax, take it slow. Some people are like, hey man, you know what? You need to move slow because now you're so over ambitious. I was like, no, you know what? I don't have time in this world. My time is so limited, and I believe I can do this. So I remember I submitted this idea in one of my networks to access grants, and it was accepted. That was my first grant ever, and that was my first regional activity ever. And I was given around 800 euros. I think that's around 90,000 Kenya shillings. Yeah. So I was giving this grant. I remember that time I don't have even knowledge of how to manage grants. I was like, oh my God, 800 euros. How will I manage this? To me, that was a huge money. But to donors were like, hey, Harun, how will you manage 800 euros for a regional engagement? That's are you sure you'll manage that amount? From my side, I told them, yes, I will manage it. Watch out. So I was like, oh, okay. Let's see. So what I did, I hate to leverage partnerships. So I hate to approach those people whom have been supporting me, my work, like the Yali, the Arigato International, Dot Kenya, Human Rights Agenda, Huria. You see, these are some of the organization supported me from grassroots level. So I approached them, telling them, hey, thank you so much for helping me all those years by inviting me to your programs. Now I've been awarded this grant, but it's my very first time grant. So I'm requesting to partner with you guys and give me some practical mentorship of how to go about this. You see? So those like, oh, Harun, congratulations and thank you so much. Thank you so much to come back. Actually, you are the only youth who approached us back requesting for this specific support. So we are happy to help you. So I remember I used that amount, that 800 euros, just to compensate some speakers, some few facilitators, and these other partners who were supporting by bringing some extra pro bono speakers, experts to do all this engagement. And that project was more than successful. I can remember we mobilized around 70 COVID-19 champions across East Africa community. We hosted sessions for 2 3 days, intensive sessions. We managed to produce our own publication. You can get it via my LinkedIn. There's a place where you can see all those documents. And the donors were like, hey, Harun, so you manage with eight with 800 euros only hosting this regional activity. Eh, you're so ambitious. So they saw something on me which I couldn't see that time. You see, and the main reason behind this is that I knew in myself that I lack these kind of skills, and that's why I had to approach these extra partners. And I hate to say like I can do ABCD, but I'm requesting specific support to do ABCD. So they're like, hey, this guy is so focused. See, so what I'm trying to say to my fellow youth leaders or to someone who would like to be a youth leader or a social entrepreneur is that you need to leverage partnership, collaboration. Sometimes it's not about money. Like a few days ago, Dr. Valerie Mbizi invited me. Hey, Harun, can I invite you to speak in this session on ABCD? You see, to me, from my side, because it's topic in line of what I'm doing, I was like, why not? Yeah, let me join. You see, so sometimes it's not about money. Sometimes it's about human capital. Sometimes it's about specific tool you want from an organization. Sometimes it's about just calling an organization to help you mobilize people join your activity. You just need to start, then everything will flow. You see, also trust. You need to build trust because it was my very first time. I asked myself, now this is the time to rise and shine. And the best way to rise and shine is to build trust, to build relationship with others, you see, and to show them that I can do it. And that's where East Africa Youth Consultation Forum was launched uh, August 2020 during International Youth Day. You see, But that's not the end. After achieving this project with a very minimal budget, these partners were so surprised, these donors were so surprised, the way I was so authentic. They were so surprised with my journey, with the kind of impact, with that energy. So I remember there was a co-creation session in one of my platforms within the Peace Cluster. So we were designing of how best we can bring together peace clusters across the globe to come together and design ideas, projects on how best we can address the peace and security issues. So for me, another strength it's about cooking ideas. I love cooking ideas the way you guys cook ugali. Yeah, that part I love it most because I don't know, but that person I love shooting ideas. That person I can spot challenges, problems within some few seconds. So after joining the kickoff journey, I remember one of the speaker or the moderator asked, how might we bring together peace champions across the globe so that we can spark this kind of cross-border collaboration, so that we can document some best practices, so that we can also enhance cross-pollination of idea collaboration. So after they posed that question, everyone was silent for like 5-10 minutes. So from my side, I was like, "Hey, these people are wasting time, Buana. Let's." So I was just straightforward person. I quickly pitched my idea like, guys, I'm Harun from Kenya. I've been observing that when conflict occurs, women and children are the one being affected a lot. But when it comes to conflict resolution, women and children or young people are not engaged in a decision making table. So why? Why is it that women are being impacted so badly with this conflict, with this war across the globe, but they're not engaged in a decision making table? We need to ensure that we have gender equality or mainstream gender equality within the peace and security sector. So the moderator asked me, so how best should we do this? So I don't know what happened that day, but I was like, why not having something like global peace champions, like a global peace champions, mobilizing peace champions globally, bring them at the global level virtually, and host this series of engagements. And it's from that moment, with my colleague from Afghanistan, we formed something known as Global Peace Champions. Global Peace Champion is just a simple idea, a community of peace builders across the globe. So we usually meet annually, discuss some trending issues, brainstorm ideas, document best practices, and learn from one another. You see, something I appreciate about COVID-19 is the way people engage each others virtually without even traveling. So that was my best moment from my side because I hate to practice a lot of things. And and if you've been observing Dr. Violet from my side, I'm that person. I love to do technical issues, but it's very rare for me talking public. Actually, I think this year this is my very first call to speak in a public engagement because I'm that a little bit shy person. Yeah, so I remember around October 2020, the world was commemorating 20 years of UNSSR 1325 on women, peace, and security. And that's where the baby, the global peace champion, was raised. So we managed to conduct some research to understand what are the current actors or competitors doing within the peace and security sectors at a global level. So we managed to interview more than 30 partners. And also I can remember we managed also to host a workshop. So the main essence of this workshop was to bring together women leaders, mainly the peace champions across the globe, and brainstorm or listen their challenges, brainstorm some policy brief, and brainstorm some policy ideas and develop a policy brief for advocacy purpose. Then lastly, we managed to host a virtual conference and brought together more than 500 participants across the globe, more than 50 experts from different countries, from around 20 countries. You see, so I remember. So totally, we managed to reach more than 600 participants, including speakers, participants, experts, all of them. See, yeah. So maybe someone is asking again, "Hey, Harun, what's the secret? What's the secret of all this?" Actually, there's no secret. You just need to understand your life purpose. Once you understand your life purpose, it will be so easy for you to manage things. But also, I like to share 4 key points which will help some of our listeners to start their social entrepreneurship journey. First thing first, you need to slowly build your network. Remember, your network is your network. So you need to build your network at a very low level. You see, look around you. Who can join your session as a speaker in a pro bono way? Who can support you with some marker pens to host some sessions? You see, so it starts at that grassroots, at a very low level, and it's all about those who are around you who can help you. I can remember most of the people who helped me during my time, um, my parents first, and some few strangers via social media, especially Facebook. You know, Facebook is one of the best platform, but it depends of how you will use it. You see, so your network first. Two, you need to be intentionally with who you spend your time with. Show me your social media, and I will tell who are you. I can easily observe people you are following in Twitter, and I can predict the kind of person you are, because I believe that the people you're spending time with and people you are following social media, there's one way or another impact your life, either positive or negative. Then third, focus on solving problems for others. It's all about identifying a problem within your community and come up with a solution to address that problem. From a side, I call myself problem solvers, because every quarter or every now and then I identify different problem. Like, this problem, how best can I address this thing? You see, so you need to focus on solving problem for others. You see, follow the right people. These right people can give you knowledge or problems to address. Then, lastly, have a good day lineup before inviting people to support you or invest on you. You see, before Dr. Velt invite me to this session, I observed that I had first to do research on her previous sessions. And I was like, oh my God, Dr. Velt have been doing this session for the last 2, 3 months. She have been maintaining consistency. Now, let me give her support. Same thing. If you approach me, first thing first, I will Google, who are you? What are you doing? What have you been doing previously? And what's your passion? I should read that from your social media before even explain it to me. So it means that if you don't exist online, you don't exist anywhere. And maybe to give a hacking tool or a secret to those who are listening this session is that nowadays, after applying any opportunity, first thing first in the due diligence process, most people will Google those names. Is this person existing? If yes, what is he or she doing? You cannot tell me that you are applying for Nakada opportunity and in your Facebook account or Instagram, there's a lot of photos partying everywhere, smoking weed, and you want to work with Nakada. Come on. You cannot tell me uh, that you are against the current president, and you want him to employ you at his office. Hey man, come on. You see? So what you're posting online matters a lot. There's something Naskia is being called first impression. The first impression is your social media handles. So to cut the long story short, if you don't exist online, you're not existing anywhere. I can remember I was in one of the interviews and there was this around 10 young people. They're so smart. They had good papers. They had a very good structured CV. During interviews, they were so vocal. Hey, these people were so ambitious. But now, when it comes to the due diligence process, we were like, no, those are just papers. We need to know who are these people behind the scene. Because always, during the interview, you will try everything to be the best candidate. We all know that. You will be so smart. Everything arranged well. But now most of the employers would like to know the other side, the other side of the coin, and social media. That's where it comes in. So what I'm trying to say that what you're posting online matters a lot. Social media is one of the most powerful weapon, which it can either makes you to be a great person or it can destroy you completely. Think about my journey from the grassroots level, Kamberibe Lamkan Youth Forum. You can find it. We have Facebook page, Twitter account, Instagram, Kamberibe Lamkan Youth Forum, and you'll see all the activity I've been doing. Think about East Africa Youth Consultation Forum. Think about Global Peace Champion. These are some of the major projects I I could design from scratch to now. You see, remember that I'm that person. I I cannot say that I cannot say that I had a godfather who helped me or linked to these opportunities. No, I built my own network from scratch. So what do young people need to be successful entrepreneur? In case of any policymaker or development or the development partner who is listening to this conversation, young people need three things. One, young people need tools. They need tools in how to turn their passion to really impact. Young people need tools in how to address these pressing issues, from climate change, from security issues, from the to radicalization issues. Young people need the right tools to do the right work. Two, young people need resources. It's one thing to give me tools, and it's another thing to give me resources. For me to implement these tools, I'll need resources.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
okay, I will volunteer. I will do things free of charge for a period of 3 months, 4 months. But the question is it sustainable to do it? So also there's a need to develop sustainable volunteerism to these young people. So resources matter. Resources is not a must to give me money or grants to do activity, but come partner with me. I will give you space. I will mobilize participants, bring experts. Let's collaborate. Let's partner. That's simple. You see? Then the last thing, it's platform. You've been giving me tools. You've been giving me resources, but that's not enough. How can I amplify? How can you amplify my voices to the national level, to the regional level? How can I share my best practices, experiences to others so that they can learn from me? How can I learn from others? That's where platforms comes in. So three things: tools, resources, platforms. That's what young people need exactly. Then this quote, I really love it. One, don't give young people fish, but teach them how to revolutionize the fishing industry. Allow me to repeat it again. Don't give young people fish. Don't teach them how to get that fish because it won't be enough, but show them how to revolutionize the fishing industry, and you'll be surprised. Also, youth empowerment, it's not a one-time event. And this quote is specific for donors who are watching this or might be watching this later on. Listen, youth empowerment, it's not a one-time event. Youth empowerment, it's a process. We need to work with young people until we make sure they are successful, until we make sure they can sustain their volunteerism efforts, until we make sure they can put food on table, until we make sure they have that dollar. That's what's called practical youth empowerment. But you cannot tell me that you have trained 100 young people and that's it. Come on, that's not enough. There's a lot of dealing with Gen Z. Let me be specific. Dealing with Gen Z, Generation Z, you need to be patient and you need to always work with them step by step. It's a little bit challenge, but it's something more than impactful.
Mm.
Yeah, I think, Dr. Violet, I have exhausted most of my points, but I remember you told me to market myself perfectly. So I have mentioned three major engagements. That's Lamkan Youth Forum, which was a community-based organization within Kilifi County. East Africa Youth Consultation program. It's a platform aiming to bring youth leaders at a regional level to discuss some of the trending topics or challenges. Like now we have some issues of trade agreements, issues of insecurity, issues of conflict between Congo and Rwanda. That's why young people, you need to come and ask yourself, how can I address this issue? We have climate change issues. You see, Clim-
Wow.
the climate change topic is so broad. There's issues of loss and damage funds, which will come up very soon. So as a youth leader, you need to make sure that your voice is well captured. Also, I'm a co-founder of Global Peace Champion, a community of peace builders at a global level. Apart from this major project I managed last year, I managed to register my consultants firm known as collaborative collaborative known as collaborative approach. So through collaborative approach consultants, what we do actually, we support youth leaders who are struggling to develop the concept note, some proposals, and also trying to source different opportunities for them. You see, so I used to serve everyone. Like as long as you are youth, come on board. But now I realize that I cannot solve all these issues alone. Now I hate to mainstream my engagement to youth leaders only. So through the collaborative approach consultancy, I'm working with youth leaders at the national and regional level, and also I'm working with young change makers, also at the national and regional level. And we launched our first service last year, known as Change Makers Hikes and Adventure. So Change Makers Hikes and Adventure is just it's just an informal social networking event whereby we mobilize youth leaders and some of the potential women, bring them on board. We sit down in an informal conversation and focus on three things. One, how best can we connect to each other? Because I believe when we come together, great things happen. Two, how best can we co-create ideas to address common challenges? If it's climate change, we as climate change actors, how best can we address climate change collectively instead of working in silos? Lastly, how best can we spark collaboration either at the national or global level? So for the change makers hikes and adventures, actually just think going to beach with your friend just to have fun. Think just go in a road trip with your friends to have fun. But now bring this idea uh, and focus specific thing. What's about we mobilize youth leaders, young change makers to come together for a road trip, for a hiking, for adventuring tour. And while we are doing all these things, same time we are knowing each other. We are discussing best ideas. We are sharing ideas. We are thinking how we can collaborate. That's
Mm.
why I launched Changemakers Hikes and Adventure last year. Around that was around July. Yeah, apart from that, I managed to work with some of the colleagues, and we launched virtual continental tour on migration and refugees. Yeah, these are some of the major projects I managed to work with my fellow young people, and my key role was to support in the proposal development on a project management, and also give this kind of mentorship to these youth leaders either at the national level or at the regional level. Yeah, so
Wow.
this my personal journey, and this is what I've been doing. And my key focus is within sustainable development 16 on peace and security. and also sustainable development 17 on partnership for the goal, because I believe that we cannot achieve these sustainable development goals if we want to partner. We need to collaborate. We need to partner together with these limited resources and see how best we can bring more youth leader on board, because we need a lot of problem solvers. You see, yeah. So thank you so much, Dr. Violet. I think I've done justice to this session. Actually, this
Yes,
was
you have.
one of the most authentic conversation. Imagine I don't even have uh, a speech at I'm reading somewhere. Yeah, I was just trying to make it more than authentic. Yeah. Back to
Wow,
you,
it was
Dr. Violet.
authentic indeed. It was an authentic indeed. It was interactive. And even there are viewers who have watched and they're saying Nicholas Musembi is a pastor. He says he's connected, so he's watching the show. We also have Kyoko who's saying good one. And then we also have Unique Mbati who's saying she's listening. So thank you so much, Harun, for gracing this particular show. Thank you for the encouragement that you've given youth. Thank you for thank you even for availing your time so that we can get to learn more from you. And we wish you the best in your endeavors.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. Maybe to share last thing to my fellow young people. You need to understand one thing. Opportunities are not being given. And
Mm.
I repeat this again. Opportunities are not being given. No one will give you opportunities. Even our government. We will cry, we will go all to these streets, but no one will give us these opportunities. Opportunities are grabbed. So you need to wake up. You need to prepare yourself perfectly. You need to impact yourself with relevant tools, knowledge, skills. You need to do something in your specific domain and then approach these people and grab those opportunities, because no one will give you opportunity. No matter how we cry, no matter which kind of voice we raise, no one will give us opportunities. So we need to
Wow.
wake up, challenge ourselves with the right knowledge, and everything is okay. Just to give you tools for my colleagues who are listening, some of the tools you can utilize. There's this website known as Yali, yali.state.gov. Just Google Yali or Young Africa Leadership Initiative. Search it. There's a lot of online resources, courses to learn, or just Google. Actually, we have Google. We have Google. That means we have everything in our disposal. So it's up to us to utilize Google. Just Google free courses for youth leaders. You'll get a lot of courses. Take advantage of those courses. Don't just learn and brag with that certificate, but learn and implement that knowledge. Once you implement
Wow.
that knowledge, that impact, now show us. Come online. Tag me Twitter, tag me LinkedIn, tag me Facebook. I promise you, and you'll be surprised.
Wow. Wow.
So hope I've inspired someone. And thank you so much,
Yes,
Dr.
you have.
Violent. Back to you.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. So, viewer, want to say thank you for watching this show today, and looking forward to seeing you next time, even as we bring in another guest. Thank you, Harun, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.